this end. Okay, we're set there. So blessings, everyone. Blessings of light, blessings of joy, blessings of incredible giddiness, and the humor. I'm going to take this off because I don't think I need this anymore. Of the humor regarding all this technology. So everybody can hear me. I took my earpiece off. You can hear me fine. I just want to be sure. If you can just let me know before I start, that would be amazing. So thank you so much for joining in. I'm going to go ahead and start this 20 minutes and dedicating it to the Arcturian Technology. Hi, Michael. And you can hear me fine. I took the earpiece off. Okay, thank you so much, Natalie. And as soon as this is disconnected, please join Valerie. So Valerie will continue forward with the Pleaidian technology to share that with you. And Valerie can go more into the detail as she had placed the call to me some time ago. And she said, honey, 414, there's a powerful gateway. Would you come on the show with me so we can experience this transmission of the galactic gateway together and share what the Pleiadians and Arcturians are bringing forward regarding peace and unity on Earth. I said, absolutely, I would love to do that and just share a little bit about the personal experience I've had with the Arcturian High Council and what they have brought forth into my awareness regarding their technology and the way what they have ascended into and what it is that they're guiding us with our ascension and some of the changes that are coming up on the planet for us to pay attention to as these living codes of light are awakening in us and they are becoming live information accessible to us so that we can access that galactic part of ourselves, the galactic self, and the connection to our galactic family that are here in support and in harmony and in unison of the love, in collaboration as a team to assist humanity's ascension. So some of the things that I'm going to share with you is going to be a little bit interesting and it might make a few of you a little uncomfortable and excite several of you, and it is what it is. 5 years ago, this past weekend, I was in London and I was blessed to be one of the 24 speakers in London. To the event was called New Humanity, the Alchemy of New Humanity. And I was bringing, my talk was all about being on the mothership Athena. What was that experience like? And also being an Arcturian StarSeed elder and seated on Earth and being a planetary healer, what it is that, how is it that they're assisting me to deliver this planetary healing and working with Earth's grids, specifically the third grid system. How is it that I'm working with this liquid gold energy in bringing the transformation? And the private workshop that I had at that event was the Chakra technology that the Arcturian had shown how to align the chakras in a very different way, which was a very powerful 2-hour event that I shared there. So I want to just take a moment and share some of this with you. One of the most important things that the Arcturians had showed me was that the center of the communication actually is at the heart. So the way they communicate is straight right here, and they're helping us to communicate very clearly from our heart. So it was so beautiful because they were showing when, for example, in our human form, when we meet each other, it's very important we're first meeting right at the center of that heart. And when we're meeting in that center of that heart, we're able to establish the first connection, which is from the spirit and that spark within ourselves. And once that spark is connected, then we are able to allow this fifth chakra and the third chakra begin this sort of like communication. So imagine the throat chakra is communicating with the the third chakra, the solar plexus, and then this is communicating back to this. So when we're communicating with the heart, the throat and the fire, they start in this sort of communication, and there's this circular energy that is taking place because the fire of the sacral chakra is beginning to give rise, and then the communication of the heart being able to verbalize very clearly. So there's this back and forth energy. Then they said the next step after that would be where the images from the vision of the third eye and the sacral began to communicate with each other. So imagine like the heart is the circular energy, and then we have this circle between the throat and the solar plexus are taking place. It's like the circular energy that is taking place in this way and that way. Then the third eye and then the sacral begin to communicate with each other because they start to see through the high vision, and that intuitive side of ours begin this communication back and forth. And the next step of it would then be to connect at the crown level and the root chakra, because to be able to bring the higher knowledge, wisdom through and connecting it just for the purpose of grounding it deep into Mother Earth. So then those two began connecting. And what the Arcturians were sharing is said the humanity, unfortunately, they connect first at the root chakra and also the sacral and solar plexus. And this is a very depleting energy. That's where they're constantly depleted. So they were showing me like around what is the proper way of connecting, but not plugging into each other, but really connecting so the information is flowing, circuiting through us properly. So I had asked, I said, okay, you've explained this to me. This makes perfect sense to me. Like I just grasp it. I get it. And how can I now, like, why is it that sometimes I feel like there are people like attached to me? And this is a few years ago I had asked, what can be done about this? So the Arcturians assisted in helping in how to unplug from the chakra. So let me just explain this to you. This takes a good 2.5 hours for me to go through it. So we have about 10 minutes. So it's a little bit faster, but I'm going to show you what they were saying. They were saying if the humans look into their chakra, they will see there are things plugged into them. So for example, this being a plug from my iPhone, you'll see there are all kinds of plugs plugged into the chakras. And that's because without humans knowing, they are sort of like have this attachment with one another. And sometimes they're attached at the root, sometimes attached at the sacral or like the third eye. And that's how they're pulling in information from another human. Instead of being straight plugged into source light, they're being plugged into the others. And that's why it just completely depletes them. And so they were sharing how important it is to pull these plugs out of you. And it's not like the human plugs we talk about unplug. It's not like that. It's done with a lot of grace, with a lot of that, with a lot of love. So they showed how to plug one. Like, for example, let's say if Michael had plugged one from him into my solar plexus, with a lot of love, this would be plugged back, and this power would be given back to him with love. And then instead, he would be plugged into source light. And that source light they showed about, it's like the imagery that we would understand, it would be in total gold. And that way you're receiving the gold energy completely, and you don't ever use another human at all to gather your information. It's straight from source light anyway. So I said, okay, this is great. So let me go through it. So one of the things that the Arcturian High Council did with me was I started doing this with my children to see where am I joined with them at these chakras, and where I'm actually disempowering them and disempowering myself. And this is a very responsible experience, because once you plug, it's you also get a chance to see you're not unplugging, because you're not plugging the love. If anything, you're fully allowing the love to flow. So I went through each one to see where was it from a place of insecurity or weakness I had plugged into, let's say, my children, and this needed to be unplugged and then plugged back to source line. And it was so freeing doing that. And imagine I did this for a group of like 40 people. And then I've also taken it, shared in several other countries, including Washington, D.C. And it's unfortunately, it's a very short time for me to be able to cover all of it here in this live call. But what I wanted to share with you in this one, if you just close your eyes, like imagine somebody that's, maybe like just a friend, somebody that's not super close to you. If you imagine they're sitting in front of you, and if you look like as a lotus position, they're sitting in front of you, and you just sort of like with your inner mind, see let's say from your crown chakra to their crown chakra, take a look to see if there's some kind of like energy going between you or not. And then look at your third eye. Look at your throat, look at your heart, look at your solar plexus, look at your sacral, look at your root chakra. And as you sit, you start to notice, interesting, there is this. But if you pay close enough attention, you might see you plugged into them, maybe in their sacral. And then you see, oh, wow, one is plugged into like my third eye. And then you start, maybe there's several areas. And from that, you have to really sit in and say, wow, this is interesting, but I'm ready to also release it. And within this releasing, you're able to release it with love. Now I'm going to give the power back to me, and I'm going to release the power back to you. So with love, you literally unplug, but you must plug it back into source. Whether you're plugging it from out of you or from them, you plug it back to source. And I have had numerous amount of people that have responded back to me, sharing after I taught them the workshop with this. They said, my God, I felt so free, so liberated. I felt so much more love that I didn't even know was possible. And I had no idea I was leaking this like this. I was kind of like dependent. And if we recognize we have everything within us, and source light gives us everything, we're connected to that, then we don't try to rob the energy field or field from anybody else. The other part of this that's important, the Arcturians use a lot of their energy from their like, let's say, the lights that come here. One of the things that they showed me, they said, when I was in Athena, they asked me to bring my hand up, and they showed me the light that's coming. And they said, your new currency on earth is going to be the ray of light. We want you to see your ray of light right now, because soon the exchange of currency is going to be through the ray of light, in which is the function of your purpose and your highest spiritual gifts. It is through your ray of light. And that is what you're going to be using in terms of exchange of goods in that way. While so many things are going to go apart, these are some of the ways that you're going to be utilizing. So I started to really tune into that. And Michael being in my lab, we're really like in the forefront in bringing the new changes that has been shown to us as with our higher technology. We are an amazing technological being, but at such an advanced level. And it's just the fog that is covering our physical, emotional, mental plane is not giving us access, but also our environment sort of has been there to suppress all of these supreme lights. So we're now being given the opportunity to bring the higher technology. And the most important one is the ray of light that we have. Our supreme ray of light consists all of our codes, all of our keys, and all of our spiritual gifts from all planes and all lifetime encoded in that. So when we are able to allow this exchange take place, we're able to share our goods with each other. Can't wait to use this. I know, Lisa, isn't it amazing? Soon we're going there, because what it requires no no separation from the heart. We must be so aligned with our heart, and it is the love. Like, remember when I first started this, they were talking about when we first meet, we meet at the heart. It must be operated from that heart level in order for this technology of the Arcturians to fully be played out here on Earth. And some of us that are awakened to it, we're starting to bring it forward, and we're expanding it through the action of love, through the crystalline energy. And the other part of the Arcturians that's very, very important to know, Arcturians were very closely with the Great White Brotherhood of Light, and also with the indigenous. So this is a huge part of it. They're very deeply connected to the Hopis and many other indigenous. And there's a lot of that technology. They're hoping the heart mind to really be operated and bring it forth. So all the actions are, all the creations, all the beauty with that advanced technology is coming from love for the highest good of all, for the whole society. And that's why they're extremely advanced, extremely intelligent, and love is the ruler. So this one is really incredible. Soon enough, I'm going to be wrapping up in a minute, so you all can go to Valerie's page. Soon enough, our rays of light is the one that is going to be giving us access to all of that. We'll be able to meet each other and exchange the knowledge that we need with each other, but not quite yet, because we need to have these things not be plugged into us. We're plugged to source light only, and our love is our predominant functioning. And then from here, more of this will be brought forth. So if you allow me, just close your eyes. I'm going to be a little bit bringing some of the transmissions forward for some Arcturians, and this will help right here, and also the root chakra. So just close your eyes for a moment so we can go ahead and welcome our sacred star brothers and sisters, the Arcturians, here into this space and their transmissions. For our group energy. Ishik merk tak muruk atamatik etik mirak etik mutuka aramet etmet eretmet etekmet etekmet atakmet rukmakat atmirik atmitik ar etikmet etiketemat etamat atake shitmet atmet etme ishiti maka at etmirakut atamit arakit kema atikiri kutomata a irikmat atariki tinikmet a turukmat atakikina amate ushmita ataketi yama oketa a etura ikita ati iku otigma ati kirikita arik temata areke ishita mahataya ma autura ikita ma atiraket admirakitita mutura atirake ishitama etike ete mitekita atamete etekete atamete ut al akmiyate arikmete graturik mat at ilmerika ete tukura atikita tamutuka atakita kita katmite urukuda ametikita katikita mo okaratiki ushimita yake atira mutuku tataki alaka mo ate meki amu ake. Ishiti ma kayate me kete ishit miat kidat miat kudat matakayati mutu udar atamia kia alamata kia ku amati ki ti mo aki lata moko rikme ataki tunuma ata iya kuru tutumata ayaketa mo tia te a mo atiyaki. Take a deep breath in. And release. And let us breathe in a beautiful white mist into ourselves. And breathe out a white mist. And one more time, breathe in a beautiful, pure white mist into you. And breathe it out. And this next white mist, please take a deep in breath of the white mist and breathe it all the way down to the center of Mother Earth's heart, her crystalline diamond heart. To help support that clearing real quick. There's so much more to share. I apologize that the video did not quite support the full Pleaidian transmission Arcturian with Valerie today. So I'm doing my portion now, but in the super fast version, which I never like to do because I like to really get into it much more detail. But here we have we're doing it this way. And I'm going to welcome you now to go ahead and join Valerie's. I'm going to send her a message as soon as I finish this. Join Valerie's live stream so she can go through the Pleaidian part of it. So that way that can help support. Again, when we are connected in our communication as the ones who are communicating with these star brothers and sisters in the language of light and telepathically, they're here to support us, and it's very important to be grounded. Before I can speak in the light transmissions or the codes, I have spent a whole hour before in fully grounding my energy. I don't just speak light language because I feel that's very irresponsible. I am fully connected to my diamond frequency, inside, outside, to the cosmos, to universal field, to the heart and mind of divine, all the way to source light, and all the way to the center of Mother Earth's fifth dimensional frequency, her diamond heart, because that's what the Arcturians have asked me. And then I'm supported by a team, and there's a large parameters of those of the guardians who are watching, making sure the flame is very clear and very pure before I allow any transmission to come out of me. Because if I'm not grounded properly in the highest field of light, there are other ones that are able to communicate my vessels in which I don't allow that. So again, I keep feeling called because I see a lot of people just speaking in light language, but they have no clue who is speaking through them. What is the transmission? From what source it's coming? And is it pure? Often it's not even pure. So and sometimes it's very pure, but you have to know who are the guardians. For example, Archangel Michael, beloved Yeshua, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Saint Germain. And there's a huge thing that are overseers before any transmission can come in. And of course, the Arcturian councils. Once then it is clear that the transmission is pure, then I bring it to you. So I wanted to share that with you just as a very short communication. Anyway, sending you all a lot of love. So Valerie, let me just share this with you. So Valerie is Valerie A. Elster, so Elster. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this. Please join her Facebook page. So then she will go ahead and take this forward with the Pleaidian technology. And I have no clue what she's going to share because we were just going to get on and share together. Thank you so much for joining. If it resonated with you, great. If it didn't, please toss it out. If it meant so much, you had an experience, please reshare it forward. And there's so much more. Again, this was the shortest that I could share. And I wished there was a full 2-hour class that I could. Maybe I'll do that 2-hour class so I can take you actually through the full experience. So from my heart to yours, I love you. Thank you so much for the 33 people that were continuously on here. Valerie is here. So now about 5 minutes, she will get on. Valerie, I love you. Thank you so much. Take care of these sacred superstar brothers and sisters that are here to be on. And I'm going to join yours and watch as you take on with the Pleaidian. Aho namaste and lakesh anurehesh. House. Bye.